This is a story about how my father-in-law let me know his spirit was around me after he had died. So when I was 21 years old, I had my first son. And after he was born, my father-in-law was so happy to be getting his first grandson. So he gave me $100. So this is back in 1983, and $100 was quite a bit of money then. So he gave me $100 and said, "Thank you. This is just to be spent on you. Just don't spend it on the kids, on your kid. Don't spend it on your husband. Don't spend it on anything but you. It's just for you." So then 3 years later, I had our second son. And after my mother and father-in-law had visited, I'd gone into my bedroom and there was $100 left on my pillow from my father-in-law to say thank you for another grandchild. And then a year later, I had another son. So I was 25 then, and we had our third son. And again, father-in-law came to visit the baby, and again there was $100 left on my pillow in my bedroom. So each time he'd given me $100 after the kids had been born. It was just for me. Anyway, 10 years goes past and I'm now 35 and I'm pregnant again and I have another son. So this is our fourth son that's born. And again, I found $100 on my pillow in my bedroom, left by my father-in-law. So I think it was about a year. I think my fourth son was about a year old and my father-in-law passed away. And then when I turned 40, I found out I was pregnant again with our fifth son. So there was 20 years between the first and last son. So I gave birth to our last son, and he was about 6 months old. My son was about 6 months old, and I was breastfeeding, and I was trying to keep things really, really quiet. So I used, because I had the husband sleeping and I had 4 other sons sleeping in the house. So I was trying to keep the baby very quiet, not to disrupt the household. And it was quite late at night. It's probably, 11 o'clock at night. I'd got up to breastfeed and I went into my front lounge room, turned the telly on quietly, was sitting there breastfeeding, and an advert came up there was a morning show in Australia with Kerry Ann Kennelly. Can't remember what it was called, but she used to run a morning show. And there was an advert to send in a phone, either text or phone this phone number and just leave your name. And you could get called for the wheel. She had a spinning wheel with prizes. So I'm just 11:30 at night, I just texted my name and phone number in, and the next morning I got a phone call from Channel 9 to say that they would be ringing me at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever, and to watch live because they were going to spin the wheel and I would definitely be winning a prize. I just didn't know what prize it was going to be. And so she called my name out on the show and she spun the wheel and it landed on, in my head, I kept thinking it's going to be $100 cash. I'm sure it's going to be $100 cash, but it actually landed on Leonard's Chickens, which was a shop. I don't think it's even here anymore, but Leonard's Chickens, they used to sell lots of variety of chickens, and I won $1,000 worth of Leonard chicken that I could spend over the year. And, with 5 sons growing, like the older ones were teenagers and then the 2 younger ones, that was one of the most helpful things I could win. And I just knew that was my father-in-law. And after he died, I used to draw. So in my mind, when I see a vision of a face, I used to draw the faces that I could see. So after he died, I drew him. I'm not a very good artist, but that was my interpretation of how I could see him in my mind, and I put it on paper. And so, yeah. Did you get something like that happen after someone in your family has passed away, and you just know that what happened was them letting you know that they were around you?